Okay, so we're joined by 4 more filmmakers from our student bodies section. If you'd like to just introduce yourself and your film, please.
Okay, I'm Rebecca Hearn and I did Trick or Treat.
My name is Ryan, I did Silent Invasion.
And yeah, my name's Reece and I did Silent Invasion.
My name is Eshaan and I did Night Flight.
Great stuff. First of all, thank you for submitting your films. And like Kevin said earlier, congratulations first of all, because you're all, I don't want to patronise you, but you're all young people, you're all starting out on your journey. And to make films and get it on a big screen is a great achievement before anything else. So can we have a round of applause, please? Yeah, so obviously, I'm guessing it's probably the first time you've seen your films on the big screen. What was your initial reaction? Do you want to start here?
Yeah, so I was, well, when I was coming here, I was actually quite scared because I think, like, I noticed the mistakes, like, straight away because it was so big. But then everyone was really nice about it, so I'm thankful for the audience. And yeah.
Yeah, I loved it personally because I go here like every few weeks and it's cool to see it on the big screen for once. But again, the mistakes were very obvious. So yeah.
Yeah, the film, it looks a lot different when you see it on the big screen compared to on like a phone and laptop. But overall, the camera quality, I didn't expect to be that good, I can't lie. I didn't know it was going to be that good.
Yeah.
But it was very like clean. The camera was pretty good. But yeah, overall, it was actually like, yeah, we come here a few times, like a lot. And just seeing it was so cool. And me and my brother were just laughing so much when we saw it. And it was just a good time, really.
Yeah, noticed a lot of mistakes as well, but served as a really good source of motivation to get me to do better, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about, again, like Kevin asked, like things you're proud of. Might be an element of one of the shots or just an element that went into the production. Let's start at our end.
I mean, it's not really part of the film, but probably the fact that it's on such a big screen. Yeah. But, I mean, I can't really say that there's a lot that I'm proud of, mainly because it was so different from how I originally thought it'd be. So I guess it's still kind of taking a bit of getting used to see what I really made and if it was what I actually wanted or not.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So obviously that was my first film. If you look back, it's kind of my first film. So I'm basically proud of all of it. Just like happy that I've made it. It looks good for a first film. It's pretty good to be honest. Like not bad. And yeah, I'm proud of everyone who acted in it. They were alright. They were good actors, I guess. They're probably not professionals, but they were pretty good. And yeah, I'm just proud of all of it. Really, I'm proud of any work I make.
Yeah, at first we were like kind of scared that it was going to be bad, my voice. But yeah, I'm just proud of all of it. Like we did it in a few hours. We weren't that planned, which was we thought was going to make mistakes, but it was actually pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy with everything.
I think the thing I'm most proud about is like my resilience to like keep going with it, because I think I'm a serial procrastinator. Like I would like go until like it's like 1 hour before and then just quickly plan. So I'm like really proud of myself for just like pushing through and like even when I notice mistakes, like I tell myself like it doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to be like okay with what the product is, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, so it's part of the process, isn't it? Just you get something out there, and you do the best you can, and then go from there. What was the inspiration for your films? What was your first kind of thing? What made you want to make respective films?
Okay, I think I really like Halloween just in general.
The film or the season?
Just the season,
okay.
Like the celebration.
Yeah.
I think it's like really different from like Christmas and things like that. So that's like in general where I had the idea, and then like a more specific thing was I did a shot where the woman's running down the garden and the camera moves with her, and I got that idea from the film Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele, and there's a scene like that where there's a woman running at the camera, but then she turns and the camera turns with her, so that's like where I got the inspiration for that from.
Okay, yeah. So for our film, we didn't really have any inspiration. We kind of got a bit unique and just a bit like our minds, like a bit imaginative, like see what we can create. We didn't really I wouldn't say we had a lot of inspiration, but we just stick to conventional horror films where we're like tracking shots, following the person, shot reverse shot, very like conventional horror films. So that was mostly our inspiration. But in terms of like the actual, like I would say like killing stuff, it was just kind of our own thing. We didn't really follow anything, but yeah, that was just it. Really. We just want to go a bit conventional with shot types and certain stuff like that, but not really following a certain type of film or anything like that.
A lot of action movies, but also my love for really cool set pieces with like the alleyway and the street, which is why I wanted to make an animated film in the first place, because it gives me a lot more freedom to like make stuff that looks cool, I guess.
Was there any, 'cause looking at it myself, there was obvious influences of kind of anime, I guess, manga. Is that an influence on you?
Yeah.
What kind of things?
I mean, not really any like kind of form of media in general, but I mean, I've been drawing for a really long time, and then I kind of had to adapt and make a style that would be good for animation. So that kind of came out. It's my first time making something that long, so hopefully I'll just get better, really.
What was the most challenging part of your process, each one of you?
Okay. I think one of the most challenging things for me was finding people to act in it, because in the film my dad didn't really want to do it because he was like, oh, I'm not having my face in it, like it's embarrassing for me. So I was like trying to find like how I could work around that. So that's why he wears the mask in it. And then I didn't really know how the younger cast, so that's my sister and her two friends. I didn't really know how I was going to work around that, so I think that was the hardest part as well, because obviously they're not very experienced. So I think it was about how it was believable to be acting. So yeah.
There's a shot near the start where a person walks past the camera and then someone else appears. And I don't know if you know, it took 20 shots. It took us 30 minutes just for that one scene. And after we did it, we were so happy. So yeah, I think that was actually the most challenging part of the whole film.
Yeah, also one thing we'll say about the time, because obviously when you're recording, the lighting of the sun, natural lighting, it's challenging to because obviously it takes time. So we couldn't do everything with the same lighting. So when we was near the end, it was one shot was just really, not really bright, but bright, and then it goes straight darkness basically. So just trying to keep the lighting so it's not breaking any type of rule. So we just tried to do that. But yeah, that was very challenging, just timing.
The endless procrastination, probably. I had all summer, and I waited until the last week to make it.
You're not alone there. I'm sure a lot of people understand that. Yeah. Let's go on to another question. Was there any particular filmmakers or films that maybe influenced you in your work, or maybe these ones specifically, or in general?
I mean, I really with Get Out. I think that's a great film, and I love Jordan Peele. But in general, I just love Wes Anderson films. The way he utilises cinematography. It's quite different from anything else, so I'd say that.
I don't really watch a lot of horror films, but because we had no dialogue, I actually like Alfred Hitchcock, his film Vertigo, where we had no dialogue and it was just straight animation for the first the whole film. So I think we took a bit of inspiration from him, but then yeah, we didn't really
I mean, mine was silent as well. I kind of looked at some silent films before, but for the most part, the action was kind of inspired from Power Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah, I rewatched a lot of it over the summer, and I really liked how they handled action, and I kind of wanted to recreate that. There wasn't really a lot of punching and kicking, but there was more of running and jumping and acrobatics and stuff.
Yeah. What's something that you learned on this film that you'll take that you didn't know before you started that you maybe will take into your future projects?
Probably the importance of planning and screenwriting and things like that, because I think I have a tendency to just ignore it, But then when we actually came to shooting, I realised like how long it was going to take, and not everything happens like perfectly in the first shot. So I think like the main thing I've taken away is to like plan and like timing and things like that.
So like, I think planning is something very important and that you should do thoroughly, just to make sure that your work is looking good. So yeah, plan.
Don't like go too big. Don't do stuff that you know you probably can't do. Like it would be much better to make a film that like you would be able to do, that rather than something that has too big of a scope and you kind of need to compromise in certain places.
Before we were thinking big, we were thinking like, people are gonna die, there's a bunch of blood and stuff like that. But then we got a bit realistic, and so yeah, being realistic is something to take into account.
Let's pretend that you have unlimited funds on that subject. So you've got all the money in the world that you can make your dream film. What would that film be? And if it's got a cast, who would you cast in it? I'll give you a minute, because that's quite a different question.
Yeah.
You got one?
I would keep my main cast. His name was Timothy. I would keep him. He was really good. He actually looked so much better on this big screen. But I think if I had unlimited money, probably like a better location. I think that is something that would have been better. I think. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if we were doing that same genre, like horror, definitely would want a better, like, special effects, like the editing, like when we're doing production. Like, definitely, if we could do a high budget, I'd love to have, like, I won't say, like, a head chopping off scene, because that's a bit like gore, really. But I'd love to, like, try do that, because when you see them in the real film, you're like, how have they done that? This is, like, how? That's not even possible. So I'd love to have like a scene like that, or I'd love to, if I had unlimited money, like I'd love to go overboard with it, just make it so different and like also unique and like like make it my type of film and make it how I'd want it. So yeah, if I did that.
Probably buy some proper sound effects. It was really hard to find free sound effects that actually matched with my film, and then like maybe at least spend more time with it and probably hire some freelancers as well.
I think maybe like special effects makeup and things like that, because I found I was like tiptoeing around it, because I didn't think like if you put ketchup on someone's face, it's not really believable as blood. So I think if there was like more money put into it, the special effects makeup could look more believable.
Yeah. Final question. Have you now got the filmmaking bug? Have you got plans to make more projects? Want to expand on what you're...
So I made another horror film for my film coursework. I'm just finishing editing that now. And then I think I've got some ideas about like, not really horror related films, but I really like themes of like identity. So maybe like a film exploring that I could do in the future.
Unfortunately, me and my brother are retiring. One and done. So yeah, we're done. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Seeing all of the amazing other films by the students, probably will. And I've got a lot of ideas right now, so probably over the summer, or maybe from like next autumn, I'll get onto it. Yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for joining us, submitting your film, and for coming up here.
Thank you.
It's really inspiring for everyone, I think. And, we hope to see all of our filmmakers again next year and in years to come.
Yeah.
So a round of applause.
No,